Right now, UW Health nurses prepare to strike. They list their grievances at an afternoon news conference. President Biden visits the Badger State on this Labor Day using a Milwaukee appearance to go after what he calls MAGA Republicans, the extreme right, and Trumpies. And we're following that search in Canada for 2 men suspected of killing 10 people. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight, and happy Labor Day. Nurses at UW Health say they are fighting for their rights and their patients' well-being as they prepare to go on strike next week. They detailed today at a news conference why, after years of trying to unionize, they feel they have no option but to go on strike. Our Andrew Banstra is live at the Madison Labor Temple with more. Andrew?
After 3 years of attempting to unionize, UW nurses are officially going on strike. Now, this strike will last from September 13th through September 16th, beginning and ending at 7 a.m. on each day. 99% of nurses voted to unionize, saying they felt like they had no other choice after years of attempting to do so. They're trying to get better quality patient care, fair treatment and pay, and recognition of that union. They used to have a union up until 2014, but according to the nurses, UW won't engage in talks to renew, citing Act 10.
We had continuing education that they've basically eliminated. We had tuition reimbursement that was 100%. Now it's dismal. We had more vacation time. We had more sick time. We had a voice, and that made for very happy nurses.
Now, nurses say that this all could have been avoided if UW would have engaged in talks, and citing a legal opinion from the state AG, Josh Call. But UW says that the strike is disappointing, and they'll attempt to continue providing the best care possible. Nurses say that a union means better work-life balance, pay, and benefits, but most importantly to these nurses, better care for their patients. They say without adequate staff training and resources or fair treatment, patients can't be given the best care possible.
Andrew, thank you. And that 3-day strike, as Andrew mentioned, is set to begin next Tuesday, a week from Tuesday, at 7 a.m. UW Health issued a statement today saying the planned work stoppage is disappointing. Spokesperson Emily Cumlin went on to say while SEIU Healthcare Wisconsin is aware of avenues to determine if collective bargaining at UW Health is legal, the choice to strike will not answer those legal questions. That nurses' news conference was held at the Madison Labor Fest celebration. Our McKenna Alexander was there today and shares why organizers feel Labor Fest's return comes at the perfect time. McKenna?
Yeah, Susan, with so many companies now offering hybrid remote work and the Great Resignation continuing to hinder the national staffing shortage, it's clear that America's pre-pandemic workforce is a thing of the past. But for local union supporters, this shift provides an opportunity to reach people in new ways and continue pushing for better working conditions across the state.
Always hear about CEO profits, major corporations doing well despite average working people struggling. And so there's just sort of this sense that, you know, we're kind of done with it. And I think there's a lot of folks that are just itching to organize and do something about it.
There's still time to check out all of Labor Fest, music, games, and family fun, but you'll need to head out the door soon. The event ends at 5:30. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear from a local teacher on what Labor Fest return means for her, her family, and her colleagues.
We will see you at 6, McKenna. Thank you. Milwaukee's Labor Fest featured a visit from President Joe Biden. The president was making 2 stops today to battleground states. He later headed to Pennsylvania. In his speech in Milwaukee at the Summerfest grounds, he returned to a theme that was a centerpiece of his 2020 campaign. Labor unions encouraged a middle class that built and strengthened modern American society. He was also critical of Republicans that he says didn't support a key piece of his legislation.
You would think that Republicans really cared about reducing inflation, they'd vote for the Inflation Reduction Act. But every single Republican in the House and Senate voted against it. Every single Republican in the House and Senate. Now, I admit some of them voted against it. They thought it made sense, but they couldn't let Biden, quote, have a victory. It's not my victory. It's the American people's victory.
Republican Congressman Brian Stile released a statement on President Biden's visit saying the administration is not keeping up with inflation due to what he calls reckless spending. Congressman Stile says, quote, the Biden administration is not focused on the issues that matter to workers. We need to reduce inflation, unleash American energy, and make our communities safe. Labor Day traditionally kicks off political crunch time with campaigns scrambling to excite voters for Election Day, which is coming up on November 8th. After his Milwaukee appearance, President Biden headed to Pittsburgh, campaigning for candidates in key Senate races. The president, as well as former President Trump, have been busy rallying their voters ahead of the November midterms. Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
A federal judge in Florida has authorized the appointment of a special master for an independent review of the items the FBI seized from former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. The ruling puts the Justice Department's investigation into the documents on hold for now, though the national security assessment can continue. The detailed list of inventory taken from Trump's Florida residence includes more than 13,000 items, among them more than 100 documents marked classified and 48 folders with that marking found empty.
The shameful raid and break-in of my home, Mar-a-Lago, was a travesty of justice.
The legal victory comes after Trump had lots to say about the FBI and President Biden at a rally in Pennsylvania over the weekend.
He's an enemy of the state. You want to know the truth?
Both the former president and the current president are working to energize voters ahead of the midterms.
The extreme MAGA Republicans in Congress have chosen to go backwards, full of anger, violence, hate, and division. But together, we can and we must choose a different path.
President Biden spoke to union workers in Milwaukee this Labor Day.
When I say the democracy is at stake, I mean what I'm saying, literally.
Then the president headed to another union event in Pittsburgh, his third visit to Pennsylvania in less than a week. The midterm elections are now 64 days away. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
The Justice Department says it is looking at the judge's opinion and will consider appropriate steps. The judge has given both the DOJ and Trump's legal team until September 9th to propose a list of special master candidates and a detailed proposal of that person's duties. Well, it was a Labor Day worth celebrating outside. Today, Julian Seawright is on the weather patio with a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Julian?
Well, the only thing we were missing for our Labor Day was the sunshine. Even though we've had a couple of breaks, the cloud cover has really stayed firm. As we take a look at our visible cloud track, it's going to be like that at least for the next couple of hours. But it's starting to give way a little bit, giving us a little bit of sunshine as we continue throughout the rest of the evening. But taking a look at how we stacked up for today, since we had so much cloud cover, we didn't really have much opportunity to really warm up. So things stayed rather cool. 72 degrees was our high for today. We have been on a trend of seeing temperatures just below average around this time of year, and that could carry into tomorrow as well. But the good news is we are looking for more sunshine on the way throughout the course of this week. But currently, cloud cover, 70 degrees, and a bit of moisture is lingering for us, and that's because of the low that's into the southern parts of the United States, which has just been stubbornly giving us plenty of cloud cover over the last couple of days. Now, for our temperatures around southern Wisconsin, pretty uniform into the lower 70s, some areas into the upper and middle 60s, especially towards the northeast. But as we take a look at our wind speeds, nice and calm for the most part, but little single digits. Not too bad in terms of the breezes for us. But the dew points, again, still feeling a little bit of that humidity, but it's not unbearable. However, over towards Platteville, it's a little bit more towards the swimmable side as they're close to the mid-60s in terms of dew points for us. Now, as we're planning out tonight, we are looking around those 50s to really start to dive back in for us as we go into the overnight hours. And on top of it, the cloud cover will finally give way as well. So that's one thing we're going to be looking forward to and talk more in depth about in just a few moments. Until then, let's toss it back to you, Susan.
All right, Julian, thank you. One person died when the car they were driving left the highway this morning and crashed into a tree in the town of Bristol. It happened just after 3 a.m. on Highway 151 at County Highway VV. Dane County officials say the driver was traveling southbound on 151. The driver, whose identity has not been released, died at the scene. The manhunt in Canada is intensifying tonight as police search for two men responsible responsible for a stabbing spree that left 10 people dead. Canadian police are vowing to track down these two suspects, Damian Sanderson and Miles Sanderson. They're on the run, accused of stabbing and killing multiple people. The first stabbing took place at about 5:40 a.m. Sunday, and within minutes they were notified of others across the James Smith Cree Nation. Police say there are at least 13 different crime scenes.
We are confident that someone out there knows the whereabouts of these two and has information that would be valuable to the police.
Are with the many victims deceased.
CNN is reporting that one of the suspects has been found dead. The other suspect remains at large. Police so far do not have a motive. A senior Indigenous leader suggests that drugs were somehow involved in the attacks, but it is unclear if the two men are related. Still to come tonight at 5, the United Kingdom has a new prime minister who may be modeling herself as Margaret Thatcher, and you'll be surprised how much the average American family is wasting on unused gift cards. That's coming up. And then coming up tonight at 6, a visit to an annual benefit picnic at Brittingham Park for anyone who wanted a free meal.
Expand your outdoor living space with our huge selection of landscape blocks from Menards. Get a free estimate instantly with our Design and Buy landscaping program. From patios, retaining walls, fire pits, and more, you can design the landscape of your dreams for free. Visit the store or Menards.com to get started on your next project today. Right now, save 11% on everything. Only at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you're a target for chronic kidney disease. They're the top 2 causes of CKD. CKD usually starts with no symptoms, so you can have it and not know it. To find out, check the kidney numbers from your lab tests. If you have chronic kidney disease, Farxiga can help slow its progression.
Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in women and men, and low blood sugar. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may lead to death. A rare, life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis. And don't take it if you are on dialysis.
Take AIM at CKD by asking your doctor for your kidney numbers and how Farxiga can help. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
McGann Furniture and Flooring has a question for you. Do you have a hard time sleeping comfortably through the night? Is your mattress 10 years old or even older? Chances are you're due for a new one. Mattress technology has changed a lot in the last 10 years. Our experienced staff will help you find the right style, construction, and firmness that will give you years of sleeping comfort. And remember, we don't raise prices, only to lower them later for a sale. With delivery and disposal of your old set, we make it easy to have the bed of your dreams at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
My husband said to give our house more curb appeal, so I started painting. Then I went on Google and looked up the meaning of curb appeal. It said to make it more nicer. So I called Replacement Window Center, and they put in new replacement windows.
Get free installation and 0% financing for 18 months. Free installation and 0% financing. Hurry, call now.
Replacement Window Center. Our name says it all.
Tomorrow's a big day in Sun Prairie as the city's newest school opens for classes. We'll be there live to catch the excitement as teachers and students settle in.
Some fog might greet kids heading back to school. Chris Reese has your back to school forecast at 4:30.
News 3 Now Sports brings you the Badger Blueprint. Join us every week for an exclusive look at Wisconsin football. From the practice field to the locker room to game day previews and highlights. Badger Blueprint, Wednesdays only on News 3 Now at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back, everyone. Great Britain has a new prime minister. Liz Truss will replace outgoing Prime Minister Boris Johnson.
I campaigned as a Conservative, and I will govern as a Conservative.
Truss will be Britain's third female British Prime Minister, and some say she's modeling herself after the Iron Lady herself, Margaret Thatcher. Truss has served as the UK's first female Lord Chancellor, the cabinet member in charge of the courts, and most recently as Foreign Minister. Britain's ruling Conservative Party ousted its former leader, Boris Johnson, after a series of scandals saw his popularity plummet.
Hasta la vista, baby. Thank you.
Liz Truss was an accountant before she entered politics, and her biggest challenge will be the economy. Inflation in the UK hit a 40-year high in July. Heating bills are about to spike, and there have been strikes around the country. Truss won't formally become Prime Minister until she's been to see the Queen, who is currently at her home in Scotland. Well, every year, billions of dollars are spent on gift cards, but as Astrid Martinez reports, a big chunk of that money often goes to waste.
Gift cards are an easy and popular present.
I have teenage granddaughters, and I don't like to shop. So therefore, I use the gift cards.
People like giving them and receiving them, but often don't use all the money. A new survey from Bankrate finds close to half of U.S. adults say they have unused gift cards, vouchers, or store credits.
Sometimes I can't find it.
When it gets real low and I know I can't buy anything, I just throw it away.
I actually have like extra gift cards left over with like $2 and everything.
And typically much more money is left behind. The average American is sitting on $175. That's up from $116 last year.
They represent real money.
Bankrate's Ted Rossman says in many cases, the money is never spent.
About a third of people have either let a gift card expire or lost a gift card. You know, a lot of times people are just their own worst enemy. They hold on to these things too long. The store goes out of business.
There are websites like Raise, Card Cash, and Give Cash that allow you to sell the card and receive anywhere from 70 to 90% of the value in cash. Another option, give the card to someone else, even if there's a small remainder left.
You can even reload a lot of these gift cards. So even if you have one of these weird remainders like $6.23, you could actually load that up in many cases to a more socially acceptable amount and then give that as a gift.
Rossman says when you receive one, it's important to make a plan to spend it because the cards only become a gift when you use them. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, Metuchen, New Jersey.
Well, Labor Day is here, and in northern Michigan, it marked the return of an annual tradition. A beautiful late summer morning greeted tens of thousands of walkers for the Mackinac Bridge Walk. The Bridge Walk has happened every Labor Day for the past 65 years, except for 2020 when it was canceled because of the pandemic. More than 30,000 walkers registered this year to make the 5-mile walk across the bridge. And it would have been a good day to get in a walk in here as well today. If we could just get the sun to shine a little bit more. Julian Seawright is here with your certified most accurate forecast. Julian?
I'm with you on that one, Susan. I went for my run earlier this afternoon, saw just a hair of some sunshine, but outside of that, it's been cloud cover for many of us in southern Wisconsin. As we take a look at that cloud track in itself, that's what we're going to be holding on to throughout the early hours of our evening until we get into tonight. That cloud cover has just been very stubborn, especially from Dane County and areas in Columbia County as well. Now, as we take a look outside, as you can see, that overcast is just not breaking. It's not giving way to that sunshine just yet. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But as we go on throughout the rest of our evening, that's what we're going to be watching for. Into our early nightly hours, that's when we're going to see the cloud cover finally start to dissipate just a bit. But as history has shown, it's been that low that's just been so stubborn. So until that starts to move a bit more southeast, well, we're not going to be looking at too much of that open sky just yet for us. But temperatures are going to fall into the upper 50s by the time we get into tonight for many of us. So it's going to be very comfortable and even cooler for areas just north of Dane County. As you can see from the Dells to Camp Douglas, we're already starting to welcome in the lows of 40 degrees for us. I guess signs of fall is just a couple of days away for us. But as we plan out the rest for Dane County, we can see areas just near some Prairie Sauk City going to be into the mid 50s for us. So it's still going to be very comfortable overall. So this is what we've been talking about. This low right here has been funneling in plenty of cloud cover cover because of the moisture that has just been funneling in showers and storms throughout much of the southeast of the United States and pushing across into the northeast as well. And with that is why we've been seeing such stubborn cloud cover over the past 24 hours, because the system in itself has just been stalled out. But you can see just how it's almost like a bubble in itself. Well, that's why we're looking at cooler temperatures for the upper Midwest, because right behind it is where all the heat is, and it is just raging on for the western side of the United States for us. But the good news is we're not going to be dealing with that, at least for another day. As we get into the mid part of the week, we are going to start to warm things back up, but at least once we get into tonight, cool and comfortable conditions, and hopefully that cloud cover clears up. But going into Tuesday, since we are still getting a bit of that moisture funneled in from that low, could see for our friends just to the east a couple of showers starting to pop up, but it's mainly east of Dane County where that could be possible, and it will be early into the morning. So it starts to flood out once we get into around the afternoon hours, and then more sunshine and temperatures will be a bit more mild as we get take a look and see going into our evening hours, into the mid-70s, and then going into the nightly hours again. Going to be quiet and going to be on the cooler side as the 60s come back. But again, in terms of rainfall, it's mainly going to be in the east, and it's going to be less than 1/10 of an inch. So overall, things are still not going to be looking at the soggy side. And it's going to be smooth sailing and rather quiet throughout the course of the week until we get into our weekend. The timing is still up in the air, but we are still going to be tracking some showers or potentially some storms. By the time we get into our Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening as well, that could stick around throughout the early Sunday morning hours, but then move its way out. So by the time we get into the closer time of our Sunday afternoon. But the timing of that, again, is still up in the air, but we are going to continue that trend of our weekends just being cloudy, and on top of it, going to be on the wet side. So we are looking for potentially from this system to be bringing in a quarter, maybe even a half of an inch, but it's something to monitor and to be mindful of over the next few days. But outside of that, enjoy what we have for this week, because we're going to be seeing those 80s really on the lower side. Still, plenty of sunshine is going to stick around for us, and on top of it, we're not looking at much in terms of action until we get into the weekend, and that's where we're going to be watching for whether or not we need to bring out our umbrellas, Susan.
All right, we'll be needing a little bit of rain by then. That looks good, Julian. Great looking forecast. When we come back, how a public art project is turning fire hydrants into memorials for 9/11 victims. We'll have that story after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe these guys will buy our house.
What could go wrong?
Like rookie home buyers who can lower or cancel offers without notice. We Buy Ugly Houses won't reduce or cancel our firm cash offers before closing. Call or click to sell quick.
Okay, and he got so upset. Oh my God. Look. No way. She has definitely got some work done.
Doesn't even look the same anymore.
Talk about an extreme makeover. I wonder how much money she spent on those upgrades.
Hey! The house looks great, right? 3 years, no interest on roofing and siding from Feldco.
Right now, get 3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding.
3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding ends Labor Day. Call now.
866 for Feldco.
Look, it's a Dupaco. We're not a bird or a plane. We are a mighty credit union, born of thrift and laser focused on the interests of our members. Harnessing the combined power of more than 144,000 members and businesses, we work to put money back where it belongs, into your community and into your pocket, working tirelessly to help you pursue your dreams. Isn't that super? Join the movement at dupaco.com/super. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
This month, shop Surgenian's semi-annual sale. We offer the largest Core-Tex selection in Madison. Carpet featuring Pet Solutions nylon, timeless hardwood, and more. Surgenian's semi-annual sale has savings up to 25% in all departments. Local, sustainable Surgenian's.
No question, I want to spend these months at home with hospice care from A Grace, so I can be with my dog and my grandkids and their laughter.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Family-owned Brothers Maine is celebrating Labor Day with special deals on Whirlpool kitchen and laundry appliances. With our low price guarantee and free delivery, you can kick back and relax. We've got it covered. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
Attention foodies. With this fusion of prime rib steak, melted provolone, and other magical melty stuff, Arby's is now officially a fusion restaurant. Chef Smooch, Arby's, we have the meat.
Everything seems to be getting more and more expensive these days. And it's the same for your heating bills. Since it will cost more to heat your home this winter, USA Insulation wants to give you control over your utility bills. Our premium injection foam keeps the cold outside and your warm, comfortable air inside, right where it belongs. Call now before winter and get a $500 early bird discount.
USA Insulation.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for all cash as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
If you're traveling along Monona Drive this week, you should pay attention to some of the fire hydrants. The Madison Public Art Project is presenting Vibrant Hydrant, featuring artists who are turning hydrants into tributes to the firefighters, first responders, and those who lost their lives on 9/11. All of those designs will be officially presented next Sunday, which is September 11th at the Monona Fire Station. Brooke Wentland says artists like herself enjoy creating works that can be easily accessible to the public.
I really like the opportunity to be able to have something that anyone, absolutely anybody, can come see if they're walking down the road for a walk or walking their dog or going to the store, driving by. It just gives people an opportunity to see what artists, especially local community artists, are bringing to the community and want to show their works.
At next Sunday's dedication, the artists will be at the Monona Fire Station sharing the meaning and inspiration behind each one of their hydrant designs. We'll get a final check on your First Warn forecast when we come back.
Felco Factory Direct. What does that mean? It means no middleman, no overpriced, underperforming windows. It means getting what you want, when you want, without breaking the bank. It means when you buy one window, you'll get one free. Yes, free. It means quality craftsmanship, custom designs, and a lifetime warranty. It means a team of window professionals dedicated to one thing above all, your delight. Buy one window, get one free, ends Labor Day. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco.
It's time to amp up the fun at your local Ford dealer. The summer supercharged sales event is here. So stop by your Ford dealer today and check out great offers on select Ford vehicles. Then discover how Ford can take your summer to a whole new level. Hurry to the final days of the summer supercharged sales event for a great flex buy offer on Escape or Edge.
Wisconsinites don't back down from hard work. We got self-starters and never-stoppers. Folks who help feed a nation. Pioneers in innovation. Teachers and third shifters like my parents. You deserve a senator who protects your jobs, not one who sends them overseas. I work to bring manufacturing back home so we can make things in Wisconsin again. When we harness what we have, we can change where we're going. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
Jack here. I'm going to tell you about Physicians Mutual Pet Insurance that can pay up to 100% of your human's vet bills. I have defeated 3 noisy, sucky monsters, but this day I had a battle on my paws. It came out of nowhere, charging at me from the closet. It didn't go so well. I had to go to the dreaded vet, but Physicians Mutual was there to help. No huge vet bill, and I live to fight another day. Friends, beware of the sucky beast, and tell your human about
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Because where Culver's comes from, and the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
We've got a lot of news to cover this Labor Day. The extreme weather across the country, from triple-digit temperatures out west to life-threatening floods in the southeast. We'll have the latest forecast. Plus, a judge grants former President Trump's request for a so-called special master to review the documents seized from Mar-a-Lago, what it could mean for the Justice Department's investigation, and the bold action one mother took to show the world just how proud she is of her daughter. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Finally at 5, the Northern Lights put on a spectacular display over the weekend. These pictures are from South Dakota, but there were reports of similar sightings in northern Wisconsin around the Rhinelander area.
Man, I really want to be able to see something like that.
Yes, beautiful. They're more common in the fall, even though it's not officially fall.
Yeah.
Savor these warmer days, right?
Absolutely.
It's coming.
Yeah, because this week might be one of the last weeks we do see such warm temperatures as of right now, especially in the mid part of this week where we're going to start to warm back up into summer-like feels. But as we can see, it's short-lived. Heading into the weekend, back to close to fall-like weather, and our nights are going to be cool as well, Susan.
All right, Julian, thanks so much. Enjoy your Labor Day evening, everybody. Hope to see you back here for News 3 at 6.